We're live, pal!
Oh, man. What are you going to talk about?
Bro, so before we begin, something very Jurassic happened to me this week. So, yesterday or the day before, yesterday, I was on the PlayStation app on my phone, because I was looking at the points thing, which they have to where, like, if you spend money, you get points, and you can, like, redeem them for, like, PlayStation purchases and stuff like that, and cool rewards and whatnot. First of all, I got mad because I thought it would just automatically sign me up. That was not the case. I had to be signed up already for that. So the 20 years I've had PlayStation, they were like, oh, you just now got signed up for it. Good job. Then it just kicked me out of the app. Just, boom, kicked me out. The email address that I had with PlayStation is an email address I made when I was 12. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know the email password to that at all. And the recovery email for that was an email I made when I got married, which was almost 10 years ago. I don't know I do know the password for that one, but I don't have that recovery phone number. So I ended up calling the email person, the support for that email place. I'm not going to crap on them on this podcast. They were useless. Called Sony, and Sony's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You're fine. Like, you're logged in. So I got home. Well, first I called my nephew and said, I need you to go turn on my PlayStation, tell me if I'm online. I was not. It was not letting me connect to the Wi-Fi at all. I got home, and it magically worked. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm real glad that worked out. But, I almost had a heart attack, lose my PlayStation account, because I've had PlayStation since I was 12. I am now 27. I would have been very upset if I would have lost everything.
Did you just say old?
Yeah. I can relate to that one. Not on the PlayStation side of things, but Xbox side of things. So, and if oddly enough, the funny thing is more related actually with like Facebook. It's using an email. I don't think I can get access into that Yahoo account.
Yeah, it's Yahoo, yeah.
I can get into Facebook. I just can't get into like that Yahoo account. So everything else like two-faced up with like the phone numbers and other emails. But that main one is like I set up when I was like 12. There's like no way in hell I remember that. So there wasn't like an uber dumb tech at that point. Have everything written down. So
I really wish that I could change my PlayStation account name, because that also I made when I was 12.
Is it Daddyzilla?
No, it's Freakzilla 12. It was back when I was like 12.
Freakzilla.
Yeah.
Even crazier.
Yeah. And the freak became a daddy. So yeah, now all my stuff's Daddyzilla, but like, or Zero Gaming, or like Zero or something like that, Like,
I'm glad I didn't do like the XX underscore VTech underscore XX.
I thought you did for a little bit on something.
No, I've always been VTech or Bold. I got the OG name. No crazy numbers, no like underscores or X's. So
I thought you had to do something like that.
Tax.
I got lucky with that one, surprisingly.
So
you do take that, but no in front of it.
Yeah, because isn't your like PlayStation name like, or not PlayStation name? Isn't your YouTube name like the Rybolt guy?
No, just Rybolt.
Oh, I thought it was the Rybolt guy. So, some hot new video games I've been playing, Dom.
Okay.
For those Dungeons and Dragons fan, there's a game that's been out for about over a year, called Baldur's Gate 3. I had just recently got into Dungeons and Dragons, so I was just looking for Dungeons and Dragons stuff on PlayStation, and I saw Baldur's Gate 3. I watched the trailer, watched some gameplay, and as soon as I found out you could roll dice in the game, I looked at my fiance and I went, I'm buying it. I'm already
crazy.
What?
Are you playing the game with her?
No, we play it together, kinda, yeah.
Man, just slap the shit out. Okay,
It
has four, not one, not two, not three, but four person co-op.
So it is co-op. It is.
Full on.
So I asked so many people to play the game, and they all said no, it's not co-op. I asked so many people.
I'm pretty sure it's still on the console, because the big thing with console is that it's going to be crossplay soon with PC and Xbox and all that. And I think it has modding support too. I know at least PC does, but yeah, I don't know why you're buying this shit on PlayStation, but nonetheless, like...
I just got a really good processor and graphics card, so like, my computer's fully done now. I have an i9 with a 3080. I'm rocking, and 32 gigs of RAM. I'm rocking now. Like, I'm about to set up a second display. We about to be cooking on some PC stuff.
I mean, we do have RSX, so we can still play Baldur's Gate that way too. But,
yeah.
Yes, you can
play
split
so
screen or co-op or.
It's good. It's chef's kiss.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be.
Here's the real question.
What?
Well, I think Amanda, what you're saying.
Oh, as soon as I get paid, I'm getting it on my laptop. So.
Oh yeah.
By the way, let me rant about Lenovo for a second.
Yes, please.
So I'm very angry
about
about
an HP guy.
So I don't own a laptop. I own a custom-built PC. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm an Intel guy. I don't like AMD. Though the Ryzen 9 processor finally has pins in the motherboard instead of on the processor, that's cool. I like that. About time you get in with the program, AMD. But she has a Lenovo laptop.
Mm-hmm.
She has 8 gigs of RAM. So I, working at a PC shop, came home with not one, but 2 sticks of RAM for a laptop. Yeah, that's laptop RAM, buddy.
Yeah, so did. I love me some Sodams.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to put some RAM in your computer. We're going to move a lot faster on this Lenovo. Joke's on me! It's integrated into the motherboard.
Yeah.
You don't get to just slap RAM into the Lenovos.
Nope.
Very angry about that. Like, what if I wanted to upgrade this PC? Like,
fuck you, give me money.
fuck you, give me money. That's exactly...
So
That's
now.
exactly what it is. 8 gigabytes is not enough in 2024.
Like,
No, literally, it's sad to say, but it's just not enough. Even if it's like DDR4 or 5, like, 60 gigabytes is the minimum now. Like, if this was like 8 years ago, 8 gigabytes was the minimum. And I think the worst part is, we're heading to a point where like 32 gigabytes is going to become like the minimum in probably like 8 years. I would say core this one probably after like the big boom of like the next consoles and then like GTA 6 for PC, like 32 gigs, that's the minimum. And then we're going to see like, I don't know. I feel like there has to be some revolutionary technology with like RAM that has to come with it.
I want to say, I would pull this up if I had my other display going right now, but I don't have it set up until later. But I'm almost positive that the new Monster Hunter game that's coming out, because I had to look at this for a customer, I'm almost certain that their minimum is 32 gigabyte of RAM. Because I had to.
Monster Hunter. It's not Final Fantasy. It's not.
Yeah, because I had to buy them. I had to buy them a stick of RAM and a new graphics card because this graphics card was no longer the minimum.
I would say Call of Duty is unoptimized to hell, and the only like Red Dead is pretty demanding when they're pretty. GTA and Rockstar does do a good job now, like
Yeah.
GTA and Red Dead with PC and everything, but like the new GTA game. Who knows, like, what that'll be like for specs. So, I don't know, I haven't played any Monster Hunter games, actually. So.
Also, I just want to say that I was using AMD for a long time, like all the podcasts that you've seen on my profiles up until now, or up until the last episode, was running an AMD processor. And I thought my computer was a little slow. Like, I really did. I thought like it was bogging down on some stuff. I slapped an i9 in this thing. Buddy, it is like sending a rocket ship to the moon.
So, you need to get Baldur's Gate on PC right here. So.
I really thought about it, but like, listen, on Steam it is still very expensive. I got it on PlayStation on a great deal.
Deals.gg. Deals.gg.
What is it?
You talking about G2A?
No, deals.gg. It's that site that kind of compares like all of the prices for games on like all the key distribution sites and gives you the best deal. So best deal right now for Baldur's Gate's $46. But
Yeah, that's what I paid.
The Black Friday.
That's what I paid
deal,
for.
Cyber Monday deal, pretty much I got there right now.
Yeah, that's what I paid for it on PlayStation. The deluxe edition was $46.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's worth it, dude. I've been playing the crap out of it.
It's one of those few games that, like, I think I haven't beat it, but I've got to the third act. It's a long ass game.
I haven't beat it.
Very long ass game, but it's so fun. It's so good.
I haven't beat it, but I'm max level.
Every time.
I haven't beat it, but I'm max level.
Dude, every time you pick like a new class or character, or if you do a co-op, like every single time you play is different, which is really like cool and unique for like that type of game, I will say, because it's very like there is a story.
Yeah,
and I guess I would compare it to like similar to like Skyrim and like the Fallouts and all that, like the Bethesda games of like there's the main story, but it's how you get there in the end, you know. So
yeah, there's several like side missions
like,
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, do you want to do like a no-kill run through, or do you want to do a kill everything run through? Like, are you gonna have a playthrough where you're just like, and this before mods? Like,
Oh, I do. I got some mods going on mine. I like some weapon mods, and then I got the wing mods because I like to fly everywhere because I don't like that 9 feet issue that we have. But no, dude, Baldur's Gate's pretty solid. I really recommend it for if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, if you are a RPG fan, or anything of the sorts, or even like stratagem. If you're a stratagem fan, like
I just love rolling dice.
yeah, if you like rolling dice, like if you like it's not a tabletop game, but the camera view. I don't know if on PC if you can do the camera view like you can on PlayStation, but you can make it top down.
Yeah.
You can make it top down. You can make it over the shoulder. You can like free camera it. Like it plays like a movie sometimes.
Dude, I mean, you could. PC's the same. You could do it first person. You could turn off. You make it a real time strategy instead of like a turn based strategy. Like the game can go pretty. You can do a lot. You can do a lot with this game. It's cool.
Dude,
So.
Baldur's Gate's really fun.
And all the updates are free. There's no microtransactions. There's
None that I've seen.
They said we're just gonna give you for updates, like literally crossplay, expansions, like new, like they're adding literally new classes and I think races and everything. Like you can play as like subclasses.
Yeah.
Like very soon. And it's like just for free.
They've already done the subclasses.
Yeah, I really hope this studio in particular, like someone gives them the money. They should become the new BioWare essentially. Like back in the day, playing like Star Wars: Knights of the Republic or Mass Effect or like the OG Dragon Age games.
Yeah.
Like BioWare had that reputation, or even like Fallout. Fuck it, like Fallout like 3 and New Vegas and those styles. I know people weren't super crazy about like the Outer Worlds, I think it was called, or Starfield, but like and I mentioned Skyrim before and all of them with the Elder Scrolls, but like Larian Studios, I think will get its reputation now for like all the decisions and quality of like a full package game. And I hope someone picks up that studio and is like, hey, can you make like the next great insane story-based game similar to that? Instead of doing D&D this time, do Star Wars or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they should just give them the rights to like a Star Wars thing and just go hardcore. But like they can't put any weird limitations on it. They just have to be like, here's the entire playing field and make your own. Because I think that's why Chokehold was so successful. It was before everything else. Like it's its own little time period. So like give them their own little.
I think if they I would be really happy if they just up the level cap to like 100 and just leave it at that.
See, I don't know if that's a weird obscure thing with like actual D&D, like.
Nah, D&D's level cap can be whatever you want it to be, but the base, like, every base character sheet that you look at. Well, here, hold on real fast, babe. We have access to one of the books, like the
Yeah.
Give me the player's guide. Well, I'll pull this up right now. I'll be able to tell you firsthand because I got the book.
There's a lot of stuff in the way.
There's a lot of stuff in the way. I apologize.
It's one of these, I think.
That's the campaign.
Baldur's Gate. There you go.
Alright, so first of all, that's what I recommend anyone buy. If you're going to start a D&D campaign, this is the Player's Handbook. They are fairly expensive at any bookstore.
I think we paid $25 for that one.
Yeah, we
because it
paid
was
$25.
used.
We also went to a game shop and bought this.
Yeah. But if you go to Barnes and Nobles, any of the books, like campaigns, anything, they're gonna be at least $50.
Yeah. If not more expensive. Alright, so hold on. Let me just take a look at this real fast. Hold on. So, we'll just go to page 46 real fast to the first class, Barbarian. The level cap on any of the classes is 20.
That makes sense.
But I mean, if you customize the game, like for any campaign you do, you could easily make it 40, 60. Because like our level cap doesn't exist. Like we're just like you can go as high as you want. But like,
I think it's just balance-wise and like keeping it true to like the source material. That's probably what Larian Studios did for Baldur's Gate and D&D and all that. So, and I mean, so like if they had to keep it true to the source material on like anything else they got their hands on. So I mean,
well, hold on.
there's so many different IPs out there that they could literally do gems with, whether it's like Warhammer or Fallout or Star Wars.
Well, that and they did exactly what Bethesda did. So Skyrim, they finally incorporated mods. Like they made a slot to where like, hey, you want mods? Here you go. Go find all the mods and download what you want. Baldur's Gate did that, and it does not disable trophies.
Yeah, that's nice. Cause I feel like every time I have to download mods, I gotta download the little like thing to allow me to keep achievements and all that enabled. I know Bethesda's weird about it because they're like, well, if you use paid mods, they're enabled. So, but it's like, dude, most of the good mods also are free. Like, there's a lot of people who can get out free good mods. So.
Yeah. It's just, I love Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is so good to me. It is such a good game. I highly recommend it. I bought it. I expected it to do just what Elden Ring did with me. I was into Elden Ring for about 2 hours.
No, you have like 50 hours into this game already.
Yeah, I already have 50 hours put into Baldur's Gate.
I literally just bought it the day before we got the kids.
And I bought it Tuesday night.
I think that's how many hours I have on the game.
I have 50 in that. I got 40 in Sparking Zero. And I got like 300 in 2K24, so. But Baldur's Gate is a really good game. Also, there was another game that Phasmophobia is on console now. For those people that, yeah, oh my god, so fun. Very irritated about how they moved a lot of the stuff around.
Like on the starting home base again?
No. So like, so all the cameras and the EMF and the spear box that we were used to using at level 1 is now like second and third tier stuff. The level cap is 100. You can prestige in the game, which is alright, I guess.
Weird, okay.
But the amount of modded lobbies that just hand away free levels irritate the shit out of me. Because first of all, I hate playing with randos. Like, I will if I'm that bored. But like, the best time of my life is either when I'm playing with my nephews, my fiance, or when I was playing with you boys. Like, when we would hop on and play Phasmo together, which we need to do again, which I have it on my PC, and as soon as this second display is installed, I am down to do whatever. By the way,
it's one of those games I can't escape. Like, literally my coworkers also are like, hey, play a lot of Phasmo. I'm like, any other game? Like, I'm not a spooky horror game guy. Especially Connor over here, always fucking with us, saying, hey, why don't you guys go grab the pentagram over there and start speaking spooky shit, making fun of the...
Oh, hold on! That's a big update!
He'll just literally start messing with the ghost.
Hold on!
Types away. He'll be like, scream Bloody Mary at this mirror right now.
That's a big update! That no longer affects the ghost!
What?
Now, if you're using the spirit box and it doesn't answer you and you start cussing at it, it will start hunting and it will kill you.
Yeah, but no, listen, all that fun shit that we used to do doesn't bother the ghost anymore. Yeah, like, remember how I used to take a shoe immediately and run it out and the ghost would start doing shit? That doesn't affect the ghost anymore. I can't grab the spirit box back. Hey, you want to go to Subway? And it freak out? That doesn't happen anymore.
I used to freak out when you asked if I wanted to go to Subway.
Yeah, if you asked if you wanted Subway or Arby's.
What the hell did you do to my laptop? This bump was not here before.
I'll look at it in a second. But Phasmophobia is on console. Also, I have an idea that I wanted to bring past you while we're on the podcast, because I had an idea for a few special live events for this podcast.
No, Branswood, PWS.
Dude, get out of my mind, brother! Because as soon as...
It's about time we bring back that damn Branswood. And one of the best things we did.
Dude, I am so down for it, okay? And she likes wrestling, too. So we get her, like, input on some shit. Like, I am so down. We gotta bring the wheel back, the brand split, and we gotta make it a premium live thing. Like, of course, we can play it by ourselves, too, but we gotta do, like, a premium live thing for the show. Like, instead of live podcasts, like, live PWS on the channel. Like,
Is that the pro wrestling?
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Simulator, yeah. But Pro Wrestling Simulator, $19.99 on Steam if you wanna pick that up.
I guess here's a good segue, like podcast thing, because we're just jumping around. We're just doing. Eventually, we make like clips for these, probably.
We really do.
Different like games, all that. But did you play the new TW9?
I played it with you when you bought it, or when you got that free. When you got that free.
I was say so. Asterisk on this one for everyone. You know, TW. So all the like little. Funny enough, I get the hookup for like the wrestling sim games. I don't get it for 2K. Whatever. Don't get that special treatment. Whatever.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta get a certain threshold for that, but I make the threshold for all the little, wrestling sim games. So the GM Booker games. So we got TW 2020. I did get the review key for that. TW9. I did get the review key for that. Pro Wrestling Sim got the review key, and Journey of Wrestling. So, but I do know the value of $1 of like $20 versus $35, and so I think. Like, you can get your money's worth out of all these games, but it's how much of a diehard you are for it, and I think what it boiled down for me, and why I'm still playing Pro Wrestling Sim, because the TW9 came out, and it's got more features, complexity, all that, a bigger modding scene. It's just the ease of use of it being on Steam. It's extremely portable, way faster in terms of load times, way more aesthetically pleasing. PNG's GIFs, everything. And there's a lot of cool things I wish it had the TW9 has, is playing catch up with it. But, I don't know, I've always said, I want to play the game that I can get into when my time is more valuable. And I think TW9, like the one thing it didn't capitalize on is because it's still stuck in its world of like retail box PC games from like the mid 90s of like it's not on any other platform. It's not on Epic or this is literally a game perfect for GOG, for GOG, for good old games. Like if you're not gonna put it on Steam, put it on GOG. Like it's a small little niche cult. It's a vocal cult too, so that's where I think like the pro wrestling sim fandom's way more receptive, positive than like TW9.
So, when we played TW9, when you had that the free access or whatever, that early access thing?
Yeah, because I did have early access for a week before. So, like, everyone had access to the demo, but I had access to the full version, I think, like, a couple days before. I think it was a whole week.
Yeah.
Because he started generating the keys. Because they're all product keys. They're not, like... I mean, Steam's like product keys too, but it's the way you install it. You know,
yeah, so like if I
server versus like a Steam service.
So if like for instance, okay, so I've had like 5 or 6 different computers since getting a Steam account. Every computer I can just log into my Steam, boom, and I have access to all of my stuff.
Yeah.
For GDS with TW, I have to contact that guy every time to get my product key back.
Easier. You can go to like a site and do it like a self-service desk now, but it's, you know, like it's 2024.
I'm also not paying. What is it still $35?
Yeah, it does cost more than Pro Wrestling Sim and Journey of Wrestling. I mean, it has more features, functionality to it, but the game itself, it's still stuck in that early 2000s-esque aesthetic because you can't full screen the damn game.
Yeah.
You can't use it on Mac devices. You can't use it on your Steam Deck.
Care about Mac
as easily. Like the file size is much bigger and it's a bit slower. So like you sacrifice. You know, I can go ask certain people to do stuff, or like there's certain things you can do in that game that you can't do in PWS, complex logic-wise for setting up the shows, but that takes a lot longer for getting into actually booking. You know, like I can literally book 1 versus 30 right now, like that, drag and drop, super easy. You can't do anything outside of like the predefined like 1-on-1, 30-man rumble, 2-on-2s.
Well, I do like how
it obscures like 3 versus 5 versus 7.
I do like how in TW you can actually scroll through your tag teams and book them as teams instead of having to drag and drop. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like PWS doesn't have that; you have to drag and drop. But like, there are a few like key differences. Like, there's a few things that the games do differently. That like there are pros and cons to both games, but like for Pro Wrestling Sim, it's one of those if you just want to pick up and book, you can just go. Now, granted, me and Dom, we like to do a lot of shit before we book, but because I think if you time it, start point to booking first match, I think we take an average of 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Every single time.
For what?
When me and you play, regardless if it's Pro Wrestling Sim or TW, from the time that we put our company together to the time we book our first match, if we do it like in one long thread, it's usually 2 to 3 hours. But anyone could just pick up a game and...
If it's TW.
No, well, in Pro Wrestling Sim, we added a lot of things. Like, we do a lot of things to it. But, like, you don't have to for Pro Wrestling Sim.
Yeah. I don't think it's 2 hours. There's no way in hell.
Yeah, yes.
Making a whole brand new company?
No.
The last time y'all played was when Zach was playing with y'all, and it took you about 2.5 hours just to get your like roster going.
Well, that's different. That's a brand split. But like, I'm saying like, because we do our brand split, we do the roster, we start setting up teams, factions.
I would say brand split and like teams is what really like drags it out for us. But the downside with like TW is the negotiation part with like contracts for you know, your shows, your wrestlers, waiting to see back if people are going to actually sign with you or not. Like, so, like, if you just do, like, a handshake deal, it's good to go that day for PWS, or even handshake deals you have to take for a bit. let alone written deals for TW. So
yeah. Oh, PWS to me is the better game.
I like how they're, like, even though we don't utilize it anymore in the year 2024, which is sad, when we did utilize it, and for those who probably still have their little friend group and can utilize it, TW's multiplayer is baller. I do like the fact that you can do, you be NXT, I be WWE, like, you can be the developmental company, and someone can be the main company, and you can do that with multiplayer with up to, like, 8 people. I really like
yeah, that's something that
PWS needs to go with PWS.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes where I'm like, you be AEW, I'll be WWE. It's just not a thing in PWS right now, which is like, you know, it is a weird, obscure, like, request because now people are playing multiplayer, but it's having the options very nice. I'll say that, especially because there's people who would like to do multiple companies at the same run.
Yeah, I mean, I also like. You can run your own company in Pro Wrestling Sim, but you got to know how to get through the files and you got to know how to, like, edit the database and all that stuff. So, like, if you don't know how to do that, yeah, that's a little bit of work, but, like, it's not hard. Like, it's easy to use is basically what I'm saying with to win on TW's backside. Technically, it's not hard to use, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's easily fuck-upable. Like, yeah. So, you just gotta watch what you're doing on TW. And granted, like, I played a lot of TW in my day. I do enjoy TW, but I really enjoy Pro Wrestling Sim. Like, when they incorporated the kidney deaths, that was the greatest thing to me. I love that so much.
Yeah. Homie got impaled or exploded.
Or Jeff Cobb randomly dies 27 times in my save.
Or the plane ride that kills like half your roster.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
The 1 in a million opportunity of that happen.
It will. I've seen it. It's happened. That or Jeff Hardy fucking gets into a brutal car accident and then goes to Hollywood and then runs for president.
Yeah, just
back to back to back.
That's where I feel like the world of TW feels more alive. Like,
yeah.
If I go and sim, you know, X amount of years on TW, like, the world feels alive. Whereas, like, PWS needs to get to that point where I can talk to the wrestlers, they have other commitments outside, and it can be evolving, you know, over time. So,
yeah. I don't know, those games were really, really fun. But yes, we need to do some premium live things on this channel, and I am so down for it. Because
I can always get something.
Yeah, and she can play with us too. Like, immediately after this podcast, I'm going to my car, grabbing that TV, and I'm setting it up as my other monitor, and it's going right here. And we're going to rock some stuff out. I got to maneuver some stuff around my desk again, but we'll work it out.
I call Nick or Ricky.
Like
the 2v2 brand split.
Ricky was sleeping.
Ricky was sleeping. I'm going to see if he's awake now, though. I'm going to message him right here live on the podcast. Dude, Ricky was so excited to be on that episode, by the way.
He's like, I made it.
You finally made it.
You're always invited. Wait till other people. Trust me.
Yeah, dude, we don't invite a lot of people that used to be on our podcast on a regular basis. Alright, like, when's the last time we saw the one that began with an N?
You can't say that. You can take that in so many different directions. Like, you can take that in so many different directions.
Not the racial term. Like, the dude's name began with an N. Not racist. I got a black nephew and black kids. Okay, calm down.
Okay.
Hey, I said it.
I love the defense. Okay.
Alright, so.
Next comment.
Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's recap something that happened this past weekend. I'm going to pull up the results again, because I had them pulled up, then I started looking at Amazon for mics.
Chief, I'm going to be honest about the Survivor Series. As someone who, only one thing mattered, and that was War Games. Like, the men's War Games. Like, That was the only thing that mattered. We should just talk about that in the New Day turning. Like that's the only two things in the last however many hours, like, at the top of the food chain. Like, Rollins and Punk is still pretty damn good, but damn, that New Day, like, it ruined Zack's night. We were watching wrestling, that happened, he's like, I'm fucking depressed, and he went to bed. I've never seen him.
Alright, so hold on.
I've not heard from him since that moment. It has been, there needs to be, like, a silver alert for him, or whatever it's called, because he's been missing since the New Day.
Alright, so, Survivor Series was this past Saturday, and it was held at the Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It was the first pay-per-view in this city since Rock Bottom in Your House in 1998. I don't care about the backstory, guys. If you don't know the backstory of Survivor Series, I'm sorry about it. I'm not running the whole thing down. So, here's the cool thing. It was a 5-match card, okay? It was not a 7-hour pay-per-view. I think it was 4. If not 3.5.
There was an hour and a half of ads, like of non-wrestling, like bullshittery. Like, well, I don't care about those. There's a lot of downtime.
I don't watch the ads. So, Survivor Series War Games kicks off with the Women's War Games match, and on one side you have Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley taking on the Judgment Days, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. And at 38 minutes and 15 seconds, Team Rhea Ripley wins the Women's War Games match. Give me 1 second here. Hey, will you go to the back seat of the Jimmy and grab the TV that's back there? Okay.
There's only one thing occurred that matters in that whole match, and that was Nia Jax's steel chair shots. Everything else, it was cool.
Those weak-ass chair shots!
But that's just a product of WWE, because they can't do...
No. Listen. Here's Chick's back. Here's Chick's back.
Like, oh, we're gonna do that here.
Here's Chick's back. She went with the chair. Just a little...
It's funny because Nia Jax used to get shit for being, like, hyper-aggressive.
Potato and bitch, yeah.
You know? And now, you know.
Actually, a few key moments of this match. First of all, Rhea Ripley's mask. That was cool.
Yeah, she looked
Rhea Hogan. Out there. Rhea John Hogan. Just destroying people.
Why do you say Rhea Hogan?
Rhea John Hogan Ripley. Because she's killing them.
She is killing them. I also have something to add about later in the night of what I see, and I'm like, this makes no sense. So, the trash can spot for Io Sky that she does in every War Games. Trash can off the top.
Like, land on her leg? Like, she hit him with the leg?
Yeah, so she didn't even hit him with the trash can. She, instead of doing her normal crossbody with the trash can, she did a moonsault, which was cool, but the trash can, like, almost comes off. And you see her, like, have to, like, wiggle it back down. Yeah, she, like, nails him with the knee in the face.
But here's my problem with this thing, is, like, it was a cool match, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't, like, the match, we did a women's war game match. Like, it just felt like...
Well, okay, so apparently, I'm going to get to that in a minute when I talk about something else that popped up, because I didn't know that that the thing that happens later was a part of that match. So when I found out it was a part of that match, I was kind of mind blown, and I was like, all right, whatever. So 38 minutes 15 seconds, Dom. If you had to give it a Meltzer star rating, what are you giving this 38-minute spectacular in the Dominic star rating?
It's out of 5?
Out of 5. You got to stop at 5.
Just give it a 2. I think it's a slightly below average.
It picked up good at the end.
Yeah, but it's not worth 35. I can just watch the clips then.
Yeah, like you just let me watch the final 10 minutes. Like I'd be good with it.
Yeah.
All right, so I was gonna say 2.5. Match number 2. This one actually was really good. LA Knight defends the United States title versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and at 9 minutes and 45 seconds, and 1 Kinshasa later, Shinsuke Nakamura is the new United States champion. First of all,
he wanted.
Yeah. First of all, Shark Factor.
For LA Knight, but.
Oh, so let's talk about the. So hold on, listen. I have a rant for this. So, training to be a pro wrestler, there's a few things that was taught to me my first few weeks. First of all, there's a such thing called as a boo-boo face. The boo-boo face. Okay? Look, if you're not familiar with what a boo-boo face is, a boo-boo face is when you know you're going to lose, because pro wrestling's predetermined, sorry to break it to you guys. LA Knight knew probably a week before that he was losing the match. You knew it when he walked out. Because he didn't come to the ring shit talking, he didn't come to the ring being like, "Oh, hey, Knight, yeah!" Like, he didn't yell all over the place. And then he drops the belt in the middle of the entrance. Dropped the title belt on the ground. Not on the mat, not it fell on the top rope. But drops it completely on the ground, and he just looked down at it for a second.
Yeah.
LA Knight had the boo-boo face.
That kind of killed it a bit, honestly, of like... But he's a good chaser. I don't know why, like... Yeah, he hasn't, like...
I blame the whole... His rise and then roller coaster here for a little bit is also still a part of the Austin Theory effect. Because Vince McMahon was really high on LA Knight and really high on Austin Theory. At WrestleMania, Austin Theory was here. Alright?
Didn't he beat John Cena?
He beat John Cena!
Yeah, he beat John Cena.
We are... We are halfway through the Big Four. We just had number 2 of the Big Four.
What was number 1?
SummerSlam. Survivor Series. Number 2 of the Big Four. Austin Theory's nowhere. And LA Knight just lost the United States title to a returning, very cool Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke rocking this new Great Muta gimmick. I'm not mad about Nakamura winning. I understand that he couldn't have lost that soon. But I thought it was a 3-way last week. I thought I saw a graphic somewhere where it was him, Andrade, and LA Knight, and then it was just Nakamura and LA Knight, and I was like, alright, whatever, dude.
I mean, you could have done it 4-way through a Carmelo, too. You know?
Yeah.
Just to give them all some time. But...
So, 9 minutes, 45 seconds, Dom. Throw up the Dominic Rybolt star rating extravaganza out of 5 stars. You have to stop at 5. What do we put in Nakamura winning the U.S. title at Survivor Series?
It's a good average 2.5. I think LA's boo-boo face, as we call it in the beginning, kind of takes away from it. Because then once you see that, you're like, he's fucking dropping it. Like, there's no point, like
you know it's in it
a little bit, you know?
Yeah. So then, from the one mid-card title to the next, Braun Breaker defends the Intercontinental title versus Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, or I call the Human Kindle. 14 and a half minutes. Good match, honestly, actually.
I liked it.
Yeah, good match. Not what I thought was going to be the match. Like, I thought there was going to be a lot of, like, Braun Breaker throwing everyone around, and then, like, he got beat down and comes back, hits a spear, calls it a night. Not in this match. I thought all 3 men at one point had the match won. But 14 and a half minutes, Braun Breaker retains the Intercontinental Championship. What do we think about that match before we throw up the star rating?
It's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of all these guys. Like, Sheamus historically even Sheamus, like when he first came back, and everyone was like, "Oh, blubber Sheamus!" Like who Sheamus ain't Sheamus, you know?
He was real fat when he came back.
He got over that. Braun Breaker's hella grown on me. Like, I wasn't so big on him in like Rainbow NXT.
Hey, hold on. I have one question for you.
Shit, right now in the IC run.
I have one question for you.
Cool. Yeah,
do we have any dogs here at the Chokehold Chatter? Where my dogs at? That gets me every time he says it.
I'm just sad the War Dog, or War Dog, right? War Dogs,
yeah.
I'm sad Baron Corbin's out. Like,
hey, Baron Corbin won a BJJ tournament. He got gold medal in it, so good job to him.
Good job.
So, Dominic Rybo, 5-star extravaganza. You have to stop at 5. Where are you putting it?
I'll give it like a 3.5, if not like 3.75. Like I enjoyed it, especially for these guys, a mid-card match, and it's a weird little triple threat with them. Yeah.
And I want to say this match ended clean too. Like there was no like stupid shenanigans. Like no one got involved. Like it was clean. It was stiff.
Didn't get involved?
No, that was the world title match. We're getting to that next. I was going to say 3.5 to 3.75. Up next, co-main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defends versus Damian Priest. 19 minutes, 20 seconds. Finn Balor, Dom, Carlito, everyone gets involved here. Finn Balor hits the coup de grace on Damian Priest, leading to Gunther then choking Damian Priest out with a triangle-like submission. Was not a triangle. I know what he was going for.
Yeah.
Was not what was applied. I liked how he applied it because it made sense. But he chokes him out. He never taps out. He chokes him out. Gunther retains the World Heavyweight title. 19 minutes, 20 seconds. Dominic, opinion about the match.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it was predictable. I just think the build to it was fucking stupid. Why did we make Gunther look like an idiot for the last whatever month? I don't understand that. Whatever. I think Damian Priest still great. I think the whole thing with this Judgment Day. Let's get to it. Let's get to the end game goal. This one.
It's ran its course.
But I don't think it should have came at the expense of Gunther, of all people at this point. Unless you're softening him up for what's to come, him losing it to like a Cena or something, yeah. But why are you... Now's not the time to soften him up if he's about to face Bill Goldberg.
Goldberg!
Yeah.
Goldberg! Sorry. Yeah. So... 5-star rating, Dominic. Your Dominic Rybo 5-star rating extravaganza. You got to stop at 5. Where are you putting this 19-minute barn burner?
It's just a 3 for me.
By the way,
it's a little above average.
I have one thing to note about this match.
Mm-hmm.
Until the final 2 minutes of the match, it was real good.
Yeah.
The final 2 minutes, dog shit. No reason. For all the shit, Finn Balor, I get the Balor thing. That was all right with me. I don't think he needed.
Gunther not like a legitimate threat. I just don't understand.
If he would have attacked Damian either before or after, or even like distracted him during, I did not want him to lay hands on Damian until after the match because that affects Gunther. And Gunther has been a pretty great world champion. He dresses like a world champion, acts like a world champion, fights like a world champion. We stopped seeing Ludwig get intervened in everything. Like, what are we doing with Gunther? Because the world title is now starting to slowly recede. So then, we get to the big one. The injury extravaganza that we know as the Men's War Games.
Yeah.
42 minutes on the dot.
Love it.
42 minutes. It is The Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Uso, and Sami Uso, along with CM Punk, take on the Timu Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, the Gorillas of Destiny, and Big Bronson Reed. 42 minutes. I just want to throw a few things out here. Jacob Fatu fucks his knee up.
Yep.
Bronson Reed shatters his ankles. Ankles! And Jimmy Uso breaks his toe.
I think that's the minor injury of the night.
By the way, that was a beautiful Umaga Uso splash. To end the match, the Uso splash off the top. That was great. He got straight up. He didn't overdive. He got straight up and came straight down. He didn't, like, overshoot it. He didn't, like, knee him in the face going down. It was straight up like a pro and straight down. That was so good. The trajectory on that, the accuracy, I was like, damn, that was good. Jacob Fatu has lost a lot of weight since going to WWE.
Oh, he's a whole different beast. I mean, like, they should have given him a different name, just like Gunther.
At 350 pounds, that man was doing the acai moonsault in MLW. Fucked his knee up twice doing it. At that point, I'm taking it out of my repertoire. It's coming out. Maybe for big matches. And I get this was a big match for his career.
This was a big match. Yeah, this was a big one.
But I think if there's a cage in between me and the ropes, I'm not doing an acai moonsault because between the rope and the cage is maybe 2 feet.
If that, yeah.
If that. Jacob got big tree trunk legs. As a tree trunk leg guy to another tree trunk leg guy, they ain't fitting. This math ain't mathin'. Does an acai moonsault, fucks up his knee, hits the ground, finishes the match. Still wrestles another like 10 minutes. Bronson Reed comes off with a tsunami. Shatters his ankle because, again, he's been doing the tsunami for years, right? Like, this is not a new move he started doing. Been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Has hit it on everyone. Why now do you try to leg it down? You know, as a tsunami...
He went from the top. Like...
Still, get flat. Get flat. You learn that in training. You learn it in wrestling school. Get flat. You're going to hurt yourself if you land any other way. Get flat. Don't freak out and straight leg it. Ask Edge. Edge's fibula, gone. Alright?
The dream lives on.
The dream lives on.
Story.
Finish the story. So, get flat, fucking Reed. And then Jimmy Uso breaks his toe. But 42 minutes and the original Bloodline pick up the win. Beautiful ending. Beautiful face-off between Roman and Punk. They do the whole shake hands thing, they do the Bloodline thing, and then Punk does that. Break it down for me, Dominic. What do you think about the match? And then we'll get to your 5-star rating.
I love it. The storytelling. And it was very quick. I feel like storytelling from here to here, getting Punk involved and everything. But it was very, like, easy translation. And I mean, as we saw on Raw, it makes sense because from Punk to the Bronson Reed and Rollins, from Punk to the history with Roman and the guys, more importantly, Punk with the history with Paul Heyman and get the favor out of him. I'm very curious to see what that favor could be. There's a lot of routes they can take there. The fun chicanery of, like, him pie-facing Bronson Reed at the beginning is hilarious.
Apparently that was off-script.
Roman spearing him, everyone just beating the shit, finishing moves, spamming Solo Sikoa. Like, I love it. And we didn't need, I know some people are pissy and whatnot, but I don't think we needed, like, a Rock at the end after, like, his group gets destroyed to show up. I think ending it there and then saving The Rock if he does come back to a.
So I was very happy that nothing else happened after the show, because I have a feeling like we got Saturday night's main event coming up.
Yep.
I'm sure they'll do something in January. And then we got the Rumble February 1st. I have a feeling, and we know that Netflix is on Raw in January. So, I have a feeling that in between now and then getting to the Rumble, there'll be a lot more story told. But do you feel like this is becoming the end? Are we in the end game for the Bloodline?
Final Boss has to show.
Final Boss got to show up.
This is
The Final Boss!
Here's the thing. End game is, what do they want the end game to be? Like, is it a triple threat?
No.
Is it one-on-one Rock and Roman?
I think for the Bloodline it has to be. I think to end the Bloodline story.
I don't think it should be, in my opinion, I don't think it should be Rock and Cody. Yeah, it could be Rock, Roman, Cody, but I don't know if you put Cody in the middle of it. I think Cody, you can do anything else with. Don't do Solo Sikoa and him, don't do that, but it's...
Look, they've tried for so long to make me buy Solo as a main eventer. We're almost a year into Solo being in the main event scene, and I'm still not buying it.
He's just a good temporary for until The Rock shows up.
No, I think what they don't realize is Solo's already been overshadowed and no one realizes it. Everyone wants to see Jacob dump him on his head. Ask anyone. Ask Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette said it too. He said, well, his first night in, he should have dropped Solo on his head and been like, I'm the tribal chief.
No, dude, he loves Solo.
Solo! I love you!
Dude, here's how I would do this, okay?
Hold on. Before we segue into that, before we finish that out, give me your star rating on this War Games match.
5 stars. Perfect.
5 stars. All right, perfect. All right, continue.
That's perfect. I would just love the shit out of, like, a full-on, like, Rock and all the Samoans, all of the Zillows and everybody that we know who's a Samoan, just bring them out, and then you have, like, literally WWE versus this new Bloodline.
Bro, make that the Rumble.
Final Boss.
Make that the Rumble. The Bloodline Rumble.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like,
Determine the tribal chief.
Rumble on stop this year, and it's just Bloodline Rumble. Like.
So also you have to think, does Cena go anywhere? And we're talking about Cody, we talk about Gunther, we talk about Rock, Roman. Cena is still in this, like, what are we doing with him? Like,
Here's the problem is that they have so much going on. It's Cena's last year. You could get Rock and Roman, which you don't need the belt for.
No.
Cody's... Who knows what's going on with Cody? He might drop it to Kevin Owens at the Saturday night main event just to make it worth something, make it history, and Kevin's on fire right now. So, like, and then Cody can do anything else in Mania with anyone, but I know there's so much teased right now with Punk finishing his damn story. So is this the Mania where you get Punk finishing it for main event with someone? Is this the one team that breaks the record? Is this, who knows, with Cody, heel turn? So, like, there's so many little routes they could go. Honestly, I mean, you want to incorporate as many people as possible. I think you're safe with Punk being on Raw, but Cody's on SmackDown. And I feel like because there's some other shit going on there on SmackDown with Rock and Roman, which doesn't have to be for the belt, but then it's if you want to turn Cody heel, you know. But I personally, Kevin was the only person I feel like gets kind of snubbed out on this one because I don't know what the hell we do with him, you know. But I would personally want Cody and Randy as my Mania title match. And I would do the triple threat as Cena versus Gunther or whatever versus, I don't even know, because Gunther you could just do with Goldberg, but it'd be Cena, Gunther, and Punk, because Punk ultimately just has to get to the main event of WrestleMania. He doesn't have to win it. Cena has to win the belt. And I think you can knock out multiple birds with one stone of Cody and Randy again. You know, as now that he's older, you got the Rock and Roman finale. I don't know if you want to drag that out to a whole nother year, you know, but then you got Cena's last year. He has to, I feel like Cena has to be also in the main event, and this has to be like a big, maybe he wins it. So
I think if you do it right, Cena wins the world title at the Rumble. Punk wins the Elimination Chamber.
I feel like that's the route we'll go. Is like I don't think Punk. I think they'll do a tease where Punk's not going to win the Rumble again, but he'll get the Chamber. Like I feel like that's the favor: is take someone's spot in the Chamber.
Yeah, you know? I think and then hear me out, right? So let's say that Roman or Rock wins the Rumble. They get Cody. But night one is Rock and Roman. To see who goes Tribal Chief and fighting Cody.
Yeah.
Don't care who wins that. Next night they get Cody. But night one, Punk and Cena for the world title. Have Punk put Cena to sleep. Punk gets his ultimate dream. Main events and beat Cena. Cena goes, thanks for the memories, guys. That's my last WrestleMania. Then, night two, at the end of night one, Randy goes, you ain't done yet. You owe me one. There doesn't need to be a build for it.
No.
There does not need to be a build. If you put Cena and Orton across the ring from each other at any show, independent show, WrestleMania, it doesn't matter. It is selling it out.
It just stinks because it's like how many people will work double duty, but there's so many people already. Like what's Dominic Mysterio going to do for WrestleMania? If we bring back Jackass Logan Paul, what's he going to do?
I have an idea. I have an idea for Dominic.
And we can't just throw everybody in the tag team division.
No, listen. I have an idea for Dominic.
Okay.
I'm going to hate saying this. What if he beats Braun Breaker?
I'm cool with that.
Like,
but, I mean,
Braun spears him like 30 times. Like, let him just lay waste to Dominic. And then he like...
Also, we're going on the side thing. What the hell is the Wyatt family doing? Sorry.
So apparently...
What are they going to do for Mania? What are they going to do?
I think you build it long enough.
Okay, let them face the Solo Sikoa guys.
Yeah!
Beat Solo Sikoa, the Two Tongans, and Jacob Fatu versus Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis,
and Gacy.
What's his name? Joe Gacy's guy, and Bo Dallas. There's your 4-on-4.
Yeah.
You know.
And then
your Mania match.
And then WrestleMania, the Usos, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
If homie's not injured.
No, he just broke his toe. He's fine.
Okay.
He just broke his toe. Yeah, he'll be fine. They reset his toe, duct tape it together, he'll be fine.
Yeah, we can't do another Jimmy versus Jay one-on-one.
That match was... If anyone wants to know what Matt Jackson versus Nick Jackson was going to look like, there it is. That is the match.
Goofy B thinking that they were going to have a 5-star classic, that they were great tag team partners and they'd be great, but no, that wasn't.
Nothing will touch the Matt versus Jeff match. Nothing's going to touch it. Nothing. You want to know why? Because Matt and Jeff's done it for 30 years. 30 years they were beating each other up.
Yeah.
Also, we talk about what is Cena going to do, what is this guy going to do, what is this guy going to do. This is what gets announced during Survivor Series. That at Saturday night's main event, due to Rhea Ripley's team winning at War Games, Io Sky gets the world title shot against Liv Morgan. Who even thought that she was in contention for it? I thought the writing on the wall meant Rhea getting it. It was Rhea's team.
There's a lot to keep track of, because now there's the women's IC belts, the women's US belts.
And then Rhea's going to fight Raquel at Saturday night's main event, which means Raquel's not winning the Intercontinental title because the finals of that match is happening at Saturday night's main event. So we know that's not happening. Good job, Papa H. Like, you've been writing cinema for almost a year now. Like,
so let's talk about, for the grand finale here of the podcast, over our the New Day breakup.
Oh my God!
Let's end it on a really sad note.
All right, so hold on.
Yeah.
So this promo is everything that's wrong with professional wrestling in 2024.
Which promo?
The New Day break up, come back together, break up, we're back together promo. Because that promo went 30 different ways in a span of 9 minutes.
I think 20 minutes.
No, it was 9. The whole promo was 9. From the first time that Kofi speaks until the end is 9 minutes. It could be longer if you count in all the breaks.
Just the fact we got Kofi and Xavier, they're still together. They're just heels now. It's like...
That's what I'm talking... Okay, so... The promo starts out with... They go, man, it's been a while, 10 years, but hey, we got something to say. Big E comes out and says, I'm going to be your manager now because this is bullshit. My brothers are fighting. Then they go, hey, E, fuck you, dude. You bounced out on us. And then they're like, you know what? We're still together. They don't even say it on the... Pick up the microphone! Stop saying it to each other. We want to know what you're saying. Pick up the mic. And because that's not the first time in the last month that I've seen promos go 30 different ways. Because if you remember the War Games announcement match for the Bloodline, it was Solo challenges Roman then challenged Solo, and then Solo says, let's do War Games. Like, it was one-on-one, War Games. Like, it was one of those things where, like, you went one way, another. Why are we at this point? I'm not mad that Kofi and Xavier are still together. I'm mad at how the promo went. If they would have been able to say we're going to break up and then swerve us, I'd have been fine.
So, New Day, they're heels. Very clearly, they're going to get the tag team belts. Like, but here's the thing. New Day as heels. Are we keeping them on Raw to go get the Raw belts? Or are we going to float them over to SmackDown, have them feud with Motor City, and then eventually leads to Usos and New Day?
Dominic, I have one request. I have one request when you talk about Motor City on this podcast. For as long as I've known you, you've said Motor City's name really funny. So I request that every time you say Motor City, you say it the way you say it in the pro wrestling sim streams, and every time I hear you say it outside of the podcast, you say Motor City the way you always say it.
Oh, so like Motor City.
It's so bad. I say it now to my family when like I see them, because like I think it was Amanda who asked me. Hold on.
You have to sing it.
Amanda was like, "Who are these guys?" And I went, "Motor City." And then like I was like, "God damn it, dumb."
I was just confused because the last time I saw them, they were on a different fucking
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say Motor City, you say it like that, but continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll get. I feel like you have to have the New Day go over there and fight them.
Or
where's the money match in the tag division overall? Like it's not Finn Balor, JD McDonough.
Usos babyface versus New Day heel. Actually, don't even call them
the Usos over to Raw then?
You don't have to. You don't have to. WrestleMania is a super show.
I think brand split doesn't fucking matter.
No. They always do a Raw versus... Hold on. They always do a Raw versus SmackDown match. They always do one when they have a brand split at WrestleMania. They always do one. That's how you can book this. That's how you can book it.
So... End game goal here. I guess Big E's just done. We're done with them. We're never seeing his ass ever again. Goodbye. No. Sorry, guys. Like,
or he swerves us. Or he swerves us and he's been medically cleared.
We're getting New Day mega heel run.
Another New Day 10-year run as mega heels. Look,
so to end it off here,
I was fully expecting to break up.
Another member to the New Day. Do you add, because there's people like each other that one guy, I forgot his name, Odyssey Jones or something, or...
Yes, and I think I know exactly who you do it with.
Who? Who's our new big...
I think you do it with not one but two.
Okay, cool. Hey, I'm cool for a 4-man New Day.
You're not going to like who it is.
Okay.
There's a tag team dwindling on SmackDown that no one talks about anymore.
Is it our A-Town down and the other dude?
No. Street Profits.
Look, okay, Triple H, keeping all the black guys together.
No, but listen.
I would prefer A-Town down.
Listen. Hold on. You could book that right, because Kofi and Xavier do not need another tag team title run. This could be how Xavier gets a singles title. And this could be how Kofi...
This could also get shit for Wyatt 6. Also.
Yeah!
Because it could be the 4-4 and 4 nonsense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Final Testament... Because they're going to go after the Final Testament first. Because Karrion's the one that made Xavier all upsetty spaghetti in the head. So go after them first. That's going to immediately bring you to the Wyatts, because the Wyatts got a problem with the Final Testament. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, so you go after the Wyatts, and then you know you're off to the races. There's a lot of stuff you can do there. Or, hear me out, you just split them. You just split them anyway. Kofi comes out and goes, you know what, bro? I don't want to team with you anymore. You're dog water. You suck. You've never been good. Deuces. Punches him in the mouth. Or Trouble in Paradise is him, whatever. And then, bing, bang, boom, you're done.
I don't want them. Like I know it'd be cool. Like their heel title, tag team title run for like the Raw division, kind of hold it hostage. But I mean, it might come at the expense of like a Bronson. No, what's it read?
Odyssey Jones.
Baker.
Oh.
No, like Braun Baker or like someone else to like get the mid-card belt, like for Xavier to get that, because I mean that's ultimately like another thing there too. But it's I don't know.
My thing is do you run another New Day chapter? Like, it's all been done. Like
I mean, if you make it a 4-man heel faction, I like that idea more than just have like a big powerhouse third replacement Big E. I like that actually a lot better.
Yeah, and I don't... We'll see what happens with it. Drew McIntyre came back on Raw as well, guys, so go check out Raw. New Day breakup was very sad. It was sad and dumb and, like, pick up the microphone. I have nothing else to add to that. I'm going to get very mad talking about it because that promo pissed me off.
Alright, final closing thoughts here.
Yeah, pick up the damn microphone. But no, for real though, I'm really excited.
All the way back here, like moving the microphone farther and farther away.
No, not you. I'm really excited about setting this display up. We're going to do some cool things with this podcast coming up. I got some free time this weekend, and the next weekend the kids are back, so we'll try to do it before Sunday again. If not, it'll be after, kind of like how it is right now in the middle of the week. So, Continental Classics heating up. We'll see you then.
Can we talk about the fact that my daughter acknowledged you won?
We'll talk about that, but yeah. All right, Austin Postus.
We'll talk about that.